How can you modify mutable objects nested in Python tuples? Imagine you have a box that is sealed shut and cannot be opened or changed. Now picture inside that box, there is another smaller box that can be opened and modified. That's similar to how tuples and mutable objects work in Python. Tuples are fixed once created, but if they contain objects like lists or dictionaries, you can still change those objects. Let's break it down. When you create a tuple, you are making a fixed container for data. You cannot change the position or the actual elements of the tuple itself. But if one of those elements is a list, which is mutable, you can change what's inside that list. For example, if you have a tuple with a list inside it, you can access the list using its position in the tuple and then modify the list directly. Say you have a tuple like this, mytuple equals 15649. If you want to change the number for inside the list to 14, you can do this. Mytuple at position 1, which is the list, then access the third element of that list and assign it a new value. So you write mytuple equals 14. When you print mytuple, it will show the list has been changed to 5, 6, 14, but the tuple itself remains the same. This works because the tuple holds a reference to the list. The reference doesn't change, so the tuple stays the same. But the list itself can be altered because lists are mutable. You can do the same with dictionaries inside tuples. Just access the dictionary through its position in the tuple and change its key value pairs. However, you cannot replace the entire list or dictionary inside the tuple. For example, you cannot do mytuple equals a new list. That would change the reference inside the tuple, which is not allowed. To change the structure of the tuple, you need to create a new one. This ability to modify nested mutable objects inside tuples is very useful. It allows you to keep the tuple fixed while still updating some parts of the data. For example, you might use a tuple to hold a fixed identifier and a list of changing attributes. You can update those attributes without creating a new tuple each time. But be careful. Changing mutable objects inside tuples can make your code confusing if you're not clear about what's changing and what's not. Always comment your code and keep track of what you're modifying. This way, you can avoid bugs and keep your code easy to understand. In summary, even though tuples are immutable, if they contain mutable objects like lists or dictionaries, you can modify those objects directly. Just access the object through its position in the tuple and change its contents. Remember, the key is that the reference in the tuple stays the same, but the object it points to can be changed. This makes working with complex data structures in Python flexible and powerful.